面白そうなことしてんじゃない。へがい、また遊んでやるぜ。逃げるのか。
やっと見つけたぞ。究極の破壊神カオスよ。
テイルス、おいおい、落ちるぞありゃ。テイルス、しょうがないな、まったく。
Hello everyone, Trevor here, and we are playing Sonic Adventure on the Sega Dreamcast. I was feeling kind of down, so I just felt like recording some gameplay. Let's go! So, it's been quite a while since I've recorded anything, really. I had a project that I was going to start in October. In fact, I recorded a couple of games, at least one episode of each, on Halloween. But then my video editing software that I used for years, TrackX PC, it stopped working. I wasn't able to import the clips, and even when I did get to import them, they kind of broke. So that really kind of put a hamper on things, or damper on things, not hamper. But anyway, needless to say, I've since remedied the problem I had. I have a brand new program that I'm using, and hopefully things work out well. It took me a while to actually get used to how to work it, but you know, trial and error. That's how everything is in life, really. I do apologize if I don't sound that enthusiastic. Like I said, I'm kind of feeling down at the moment, so it's probably not the greatest idea to have commentary, but you know, I just wanted to kind of get away for a moment. So yeah, I'm here doing this. Don't know how active of series I'm gonna make this, but I would like to try to make it kind of active if I can. I've actually recorded this a little bit earlier, in fact a couple of days ago, but I rambled on so much in that recording. I did about maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but it was like 2 hours of recording, so it was alright at points, but I don't think it was something anybody would really want to watch so much. Well, at least I know I wouldn't. I might actually, I don't know, like, keep some of it, but in general, it wasn't that good in my opinion, so. Let's see, what did I talk about on that I actually could bring up here? Well, first and foremost, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna make this a dedicated series or not. I would like to, because I love this game, so I'm gonna cut here because, well, there's gonna be a cutscene coming up, so I'll speak after it, though.
Yeah, it's okay.
それにしてもほんと久しぶりだよね。
まあまあな。それよりどうしたんだ？飛行機落とすなんてテイルスらしくもない。
新型のテスト中だったんだ。伝達系の強度が弱かったみたい。
飛行機なら預けといたトーネードがあるだろう。
えへ今度はもっとすごいのを考えてんだ。それもあってほら。
うわカオスエメラルド。
うん7つのうちの1つが手に入ったんだ。無限のパワーを生み出す不思議な石、これをなんとか動力源に使えないかと思ってさ。そうだ僕の工房に行こうよ。見せたいものもあるし。ミスティックルーインにあるんだ。駅から鉄道で行けばすぐだよ。
Alright, I'm gonna try my best to not talk during cutscenes, and I'll probably cut out audio too, obviously, if I do end up going over, but, you know, story-wise and stuff. So before we actually go on any further, I will try to elaborate on a couple of things. Like I said, I did record a couple of gameplay videos already. In fact, I had 1 or 2 episodes of 2 other games that I wanted to do in Halloween, but, they just didn't work out. I wasn't able to edit the video and the audio correctly. I've kind of lost a little heart into doing them. I do have 1 episode done of... I don't want to say the names of the games either, because I'm debating on like maybe doing another series of them, and I think I could do pretty well with it. Consistency-wise, I mean. Things in my life are a little funny at the moment. I'm not gonna go elaborating on that too much, but basically speaking, after January, things will start turning around, and but as of right now, until that point, it's still a little touch and go. So my time isn't quite as free as I'd like it to be, and I'm also trying to improve myself a lot too, because I get down an awful lot, and it's this depressive funk that I'm in constantly that really kind of, it derails me a lot. So even fun things like video games, for example, are no longer fun for me to do, or I have no interest in really anything. I just kind of like let each day kind of pass by me as things just keep going on. And one of the things that used to really be kind of a stressful reliever for me was playing video games. And I said to myself, like, for the last, I guess 3 or 4 days, like, I've been trying to talk myself into playing just something, and I've been in such a mood to play anything. And it's kind of difficult. I have to talk myself into doing pretty much anything for myself, for fun or whatever. But it's ridiculous how much I have to do that. So I'm getting kind of just tired of having to do that. So I'm going to try to dedicate myself a little more to doing this, even if I don't necessarily record it all the time, just to be able to play and just do something fun, you know? Because you need a break from life, you really do, and it's not good when you constantly fixate on every bad thing that occurs, and, you know, I get down for many particular reasons, most of which are just kind of, like, you know, economic at this point, but, you know, it's whatever. So, I mean, as far as things are concerned, I'm going to try to make this a little bit regular if I can. This episode might be a little longer because of the simple fact I feel some explanations in play. I'm not going to upload the episode I did for the other game. I might upload that to Facebook because, like, I, you know, feel I owe a friend of mine. So the point is, like, I'm willing to embarrass myself just for the sake of trying to make things right between us. So, you know, it will work, you know. But I actually do want to, at least sometime, not necessarily today, because it's about, I think about 7 o'clock in the morning for me, and it's the 21st of December, so, I'll have to kind of work it into the schedule as far as things are concerned when I can play the other two games, but in general, I will get to them. That's pretty much it. So, I know I didn't cover everything the way I should have, like, from the other couple of episodes of this particular game that I did record, so, unfortunately I'm leaving out details, and I know that. But, yeah, I felt like there's some explanation that needed to be put in play as to why it's been so long since I've done any kind of actual recording. I think the last time I did any kind of video on my channel was some Project Diva F videos, or was it... No, it was Project Diva, I think Dreamy Theater 2nd was the last time I uploaded any actual videos to my channel that had any sort of relevance to, well, gameplay. And, like, those games I've wanted to get back to playing. I've wanted to play Project Diva F for quite a long time, but I just... Like I say, it's been a very difficult, like, year, basically, so I haven't been motivated to do much other than just try to, you know, balance things in my own life, which, you know, has been kind of debatable as far as progress is concerned. It's getting better, though. So I'm going to just stop rambling, and we're going to continue on with the story, and if I happen to find anything else that I want to say and remember, I will do.
Sonic!
お前はドクターエッグマン。
いかにもわしこそこの世に並ぶもののない天才科学者ドクターエッグマン様じゃ。
久しぶりだな。
しばらくはおとなしくしていたがな、これからまたちと忙しくなるわい。
また何か悪いことを始めるつもりだね。
今度という今度はわしの邪魔はさせん。おとなしくカオスエメラルドを差し出せばよし。さもなくば
さもなくばどうする。
力ずくで奪い取るまでよ。
Ah, the Egg Hornets. The bosses in this game are really kind of fun to play, and as you can see, if you happen to do a stage or a boss fight or something, and you do not restart the game, your rings actually stay with you. So, if you are kind of the person who wants to increase your score, that will work for you, I guess. I always like to call this the unofficial Sonic 4, because it just, I know a lot of people would disagree with that particular statement, but to me it always felt like it, because it's so reminiscent of the older games. It's just a nice feel. Of course, you can get yourself screwed over if you don't give yourself enough space, which sometimes I do. And that is that.
Hey guy, また遊んでやるぜ。
First official boss done. And yes, I am one of those guys that lets the score go all the way through. I just like it.
"口ほどにもないぜ。
隙あり。よし倒すよ。これを受け取れ。
カオス?あれはあの時の。
おお、石板にあった通りじゃ。ソニック、このカオスはカオスエメラルドを与えるたび強力に変身していくのだ。7つのエメラルドを全て集めれば究極のモンスターに成長する。こいつを使ってステーションスクエアを破壊し、そこに我が理想の都市エッグバンランドを建設するのじゃ。よし、カオス、次のエメラルドを探しに出発じゃ。
ソニック、あの怪物がどんどん変身していったら大変なことになっちゃう。
エッグマンね。
エメラルドを渡させないようにすれば今以上の変身はできないはずだよ。ソニック、先回りしてカオスエメラルドを集めよう。
Alright, so we have our next objective to do, and that is to gather the Chaos Emeralds, just like you did in other Sonic games. However, this one has a little bit of a twist, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, so as you might have noticed, oh jeez, let's not kill Sonic right away, that's not a good idea. As you might have noticed right away, this is the English version of the game. But I do have the Japanese audio. I just wanted to snag that emblem. I guess brief description of the emblems before I go on to the other description. The emblems do not really play much of a point in the story at all. They're just little collectible things. If you want to complete the game 100%, you just nab them. That's it. A lot of them are usually around like a lot of the main hub areas, so depending on what character you use will depend on how accessible they are. I'll get them as I see them, pretty much. I always like collecting them. There's 130 of them. Of course, the Windstone is an important thing. You have to remember to actually go up here to Tails' workshop and pick it up. I'm not entirely sure why it was in front of the stairs, but, you know. Just remember to do that, otherwise you're not going to be able to get to the next area. But going back on what I was saying before, this is the English version of the game. I do have the Japanese audio on because I like the Japanese voice acting a lot better. Not to say the English is bad in this game. It's just I don't know. I just like the Japanese audio. That's it. But the English dialogue is transcribed from the English audio. It is not translated from the Japanese audio. So and you'll notice it a lot throughout the game, but the point is that what the characters are saying isn't exactly the same as what's being read on the screen. So I do apologize for that. There's really nothing I can do about that. This is on the Sega Dreamcast. I'm sure the PC version, somebody must have patched the game in order to have the correct translations, but I can't do anything about that. If you happen to understand Japanese and know it, like you're either studying it or something, then you know, feel free to either interpret things the way you want to do it or not, I guess. Well, actually, that's terrible to say interpret things. It makes no sense. If you understand what's being said, you know, that Well, okay, you'll get it, okay? That's my point. Like, if you happen to understand Japanese and if you happen to know it, then you'll know what they're saying. And if you don't, I do apologize again. So that's pretty much it. Windy Valley, one of my favorite stages. Actually, if not my favorite stage in general. The music is just so serene. The previous recording I did, I wanted to see if you could actually get over to that area there. You can't actually do it. There's an invisible wall that prevents you from doing it, so watch when I do this. Yeah. Sonic can't get over there, no matter what you do. It looks like you can, but you just can't. So that's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, you can't get over there at all. They might have, when they originally were putting Mikey, I was gonna say Mega Man, but that has nothing to do with the, oh, okay. That's my fault there. When they were making the game, they probably originally had a path that you could go down. Whoa. Oh, okay. I overshot that a lot. Yeah, not the most impressive gameplay. Like, the first 2 recording sessions I did of this entirely was much, much better. But like I say, I'm not particularly in a great mood right now. And, I just wanted to kind of just relax and just sort of have some fun. So, I mean, that's pretty much all that's going on here. And I still say, like, flying into a tornado doesn't seem like a great idea. But, you know, apparently Sega thinks it is, so I don't know if I agree with that logic. Well, I wasn't really on the jump pad for that, but it counted, and that's all that matters, really. One thing I do want to bring up, and I'll do it when I finish this stage, because I don't feel like there's a point in bringing it up ahead of time, but, well, that's kind of easy to go through. But there are challenge modes for each stage after you complete them the first time. So, for the sake of Windy Hill, I'm gonna do them because I enjoy the stage an awful lot. I wanted to do it for Emerald Coast, but I kind of wanted to save it for this because this is really more of a favorite stage of mine versus Emerald Coast. Emerald Coast is fun, but I just don't, You know what? Can you actually get over here without the power-up? Yes, you can! Neat. And I get back my lightning shield, too, and a free life. Won't complain. Now, what the lightning shield does, if you ever play Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it attracts all rings to you. However, unlike Sonic 3, you don't get like an extra jump or anything, so that's just a little unfortunate there, but eh. And I think there's another, yeah, there's another lightning shield here in case you happen to not have one. So, and if you're trying to speed run for any particular reason, you can skip a lot of these stages by just jumping the right way. Which, for the time trial, if you really want to try to beat it and get it fast, you know, is an ideal strategy. But, to be honest, you don't really need to do that. Now, if I remember correctly, if you get too far away from the rings, they just despawn, so, you gotta be kind of close to them when the lightning shield's active, but it doesn't really matter too much. We've got 145 rings, I mean, you know, that's all you need to really have anyway. And there we go. Despite the fact that this looks a little purple, it's actually the blue Chaos Emerald.
Yes!
Although it might just look purple on my screen, actually, to be perfectly honest. When I did the editing, it comes out as blue, so...
Yeah, it's okay!
Alright, so we're going to go back into the stage to do challenge mode. I believe it's gather 50 rings, and then the last one is to beat it under either 2 minutes or 3 minutes. I can never really remember. Because each of them have incrementing times depending on the stage. Yeah, so this is 50 rings. Oh, and I wanted to make a note of saying that we have Tails with us after Emerald Coast, normally, before you get to that stage, you would just have Sonic, and that's about the only time in the game that you'll ever be able to play is just Sonic alone. And one little neat trick, just like the old Genesis games, if you happen to have a second controller in another port on the Dreamcast, you can actually control Tails manually with that. So it's sort of, you know, like a little bit of an homage to the older games there, and I missed that for life. And there should be a Leon, yes there was, and I completely missed him. But back into the tornado we go, because why not? Speaking of tornadoes, I wanted to make a note. Back in the cutscene with Tails, a lot of people, like he mentions the idea, like Sonic mentions the idea of Tails using his plane, the tornado. In Sonic 2, that's where the tornado was introduced, but not a lot of people know that that's actually Sonic's plane. A lot of people felt it was Tails' plane, but it's not. It does have his name on the side, so it would probably, like it does say Sonic on the side of the plane, and I can't get in here for some reason. Come on. There you go. But it does say Sonic on the side of the plane, but for some reason people thought it was just Tails' plane, like he just, you know, because he's, you know, Sonic's his hero, he decided, I'm going to name it after him, which kind of makes sense, actually, but that's not what happens. It's actually Sonic's plane. It's never elaborated in that game at all, so I suppose a lot of people wouldn't necessarily know that, and it's kind of useless trivia, but hey, I'm full of useless trivia. And this is the proper way you're supposed to do this at first, until you get a certain power-up that allows you to traverse a trail of rings. I don't really want to say this stuff because that's kind of spoilers, so you'll find out quick enough. Actually, while I'm experimenting, I've never gone on the lower path before, and I can see why now. It's just spikes. Is there anything else? Oh yes, there's a Leon first off, and that was dumb on me. But, oh, okay, that was really not worth it. But hey, you know, I discovered something. There are other things to get. But we're okay. We should be able to still get 50 rings, regardless of my blunder. Of course, like if I run right by them, that's gonna make that a little more difficult. But you know, whatever. We'll be able to make it. It won't be a big deal. And plus, he has another lightning shield, so that should make up for it. I believe there should be another. Actually, I don't know how many rings are in this stage in total. I think it says at the end of the stage, or is that in Sonic Adventure 2 that it tells you that? Because it wasn't really important back in the day, but it became important later on. Whatever. Okay, I am gonna stop for them because we need them, so... yeah, so, random trivia, learn about the tornado, and let's see, what else, Nothing else I was going to bring up during this whole thing. Originally, there was a lot more to this stage. I don't know if many people know about it, but there was supposed to be a lot more characters that could actually go into this stage, aside from just Sonic and Tails. But they didn't plan it out that way, so... Well, actually, no, I think E102 can go into this stage.
Yeah, it's okay.
I might have to cut that bit of audio out, because that's a character we meet much later on down the road. No, you know what? It's not really spoilerish. He's in the stage select screen, so you'd see him anyway. Plus, this game came out in '99, so I mean, if you don't know about it by now... Alright, so now the final one will be the, I believe, under 2 minutes, or under 3 minutes. I won't do this for every stage, or I might do it off-camera, because I like to do these challenges, but I don't know if, like, they would be necessarily the most entertaining to see. Okay, alright, we'll try to focus a little bit here, and I might get a little cheaty, too. Not gonna lie. There we go. Into the tornado, I was gonna say volcano. I think they wait for Tails to actually get in it before you can officially become caught. Oh yeah, and sorry, didn't mean to interrupt her. But to Cal, will give you little hints on stuff periodically in the game if you choose to listen to them, but to be honest, it's not really that important. Most of the things are very straightforward. And as you can, one of the big things that's kind of nice about these time trials, if you happen to screw up or whatever, and you hit a checkpoint, the checkpoint will save it right at the time that you got it. So, if you messed up, like, heavily and need to go back for whatever reason, we can, oh, I come onto that, I didn't realize that. But anyway, you can go straight back to your... Whoa, Sonic, slow down. You can go straight back to the last checkpoint that you went to and retry it. Look, I know it's time trial, Sonic, but you don't need to kill yourself here. That would be very bad. Oop. Come on, get up there. I might have to do it again. That's not good. This is gonna be a squeaker. It really is. I could skip most of the level, to be honest, if I spin dash, but I'm not that kind of guy. This is relatively short anyway, and it's under 3 minutes. We can do that. Easy mode for that. Not really, but... yeah, we're actually right at the end anyway, so... my advice, don't bother holding the D-pad, don't bother holding the analog stick on that particular section, because, that will change your direction altogether. One of the other interesting mechanics they brought back in this game is, if you happen to play the older Sonic games, is the capsule at the end to free the animals. Which you used to do.
Yeah, it's okay.
The way I'm going to do these recordings, and I think I did explain this in the other video that I recorded, they're not going to have like a real definite end to them. Like, the way I was trying to do it before was like little 30-minute chunks, which I think I might still do, but I'm going to do like a bulk recording session. So if we... oh, okay, I'm going to interrupt myself for a second. If we go back into Windy Valley... oh god, it's Windy Valley, Windy Hill. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. But anyway, the point is, if we go back into the stage right now, it will just play as the first time we did it, so it's absolutely normal, you're done with the challenges, you can play the stage just the way it was before, and I will go back in just to prove that, or make Sonic stand on air. That works too. Windy Valley, yep. I don't know why I thought it was Windy Hill, that's completely something different from another game. Yep, but as you can see, there's no challenges, it's the same exact stage that we started with in the original part of the story. So we can just quickly get out of here, there's no point in coming back in here right now. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to do these recordings in kind of bulk sessions, and they're pretty much just going to go until I feel like stopping, and then at that point, I'm going to just, you know, cut the recording off. And I think I did this too fast, because normally there's an announcer at the train station, but I think I ended up getting a little too quick. Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's my brain. Alright, so we are done with that. So then the next thing we have to do is get into the actual train. Thank you, Sonic. So now we head back to Station Square, and the area that was not open before because of what happened with the boss fight with Chaos should be open now. And, furthermore, it is now dusk. Or twilight. I can't quite remember what the difference is between the two.